Hi, YouTube. I'm excited to be here today. I'm going to do something I thought I would never in my lifetime do. I love listening to Get Ready with Me's with various people, specifically people of my age, so I can see what's going on with their skin, what they do to take care of it, and mostly I want to take care of my skin. I have been taking extreme care of my skin for the last 10 years. This is a 47-year-old face. As you can see, there's not a whole lot of aging or uh, freckling or markings on that. I did have an IPL last year, which took out most of the sun damage. It was a two-part session. If you're familiar with that, it is basically where you go into. I went to a skin and face center. There was a nurse that used a laser and pulls the damage out of your face. In fact, I had two cherry angiomas. One was on my nose, one was on the side of my face. And in the second session, they were able to completely remove both of those. I didn't think that was possible, so I'm excited about that. Now, they're not able to remove moles and things like that, but the cherry angioma, they were able to remove in its entirety. You can see this is where it was, and you cannot not identify any um, place where it was in the past. I'm excited about that. Now, last year I did have some under eye filler, some Restylane. It has been over a year. I have missed my appointment to go back and get that filled again. So I am back to my natural under eye look. I do think it did help. I did have some deep sets in my eyes last year, which I think that did help pull some of that out. It may not have completely expired, for lack of better words, but I think that moving forward, I'm going to see where that goes and if I really need that. But I wanted to go ahead and let you see what my skin looks like without makeup. And I do have an extensive morning and evening routine, so I'll go through that as well at a later date. Now, today we're just going to put on makeup. I wanted to let you just take a look at my skin, what it looked like with and without makeup, because I mentioned going through colors. And you can see I am very pale, need a little pickup in my face, a little pop, a little color, and what a difference makeup makes. What I did to start out off my before my foundation, I put on this Coors Black Pine 3D moisturizer. I love the smell of it. I love the feel of it. Anything Coors, I love. I love the Coors sleeping mask as well. And no, I am not getting paid for that. I just happen to be here and want to discuss what I'm using today. A lot of these things that I will be using today probably came through BoxyCharm or one of the boxes or things. I do have different um, items that I use that I purchased. A lot of my purchases are from the Ulta 50% off sale that they do twice a year. As I mentioned before, I have a kitty cat that joins me a lot. This is Charles. I will wipe off my hands before I touch my face. This is a Norwex cloth. I love these. I just hosted a party. It was my first party to ever host in my life, and I loved every minute of it. Now I am going to put on the Natasha Denona 24 Warm Light. This is not specifically matched to my skin, so don't expect me, don't don't let me see in the comments something like, oh, you didn't match up my skin. This came in a box. It was probably what they had on hand, but it worked for, as they say, government work. So I'm pretty happy about that. So this is me with foundation. So you can see I don't use a lot of deep foundations, not necessarily full coverage. I don't necessarily need full coverage, although I do need color in my face. It is a huge difference with and without makeup for me. I am not doing all the highlighters or the tracing and all of the different base coats that I do a lot of times. I just am going to do my basic stay at home look today. I'm okay with that, and I hope you are too. I just want to mostly chat, get to know you, get to know me. You can hear my animals. Both of my dogs are inside. It is just too cold for them outside. They usually stay outside during the day, but I do not make them suffer by any means. The kitty cats, they're always in the house. I have a rag doll. I'll have to show him sometime. He is absolutely beautiful. Um, Something that I often do as well is I will spray some sort of mist on my face afterwards. I did not bring that out here to to do during our discussions. I just didn't think about it. I have a number of brushes I use for my eyeshadow. I do feel like I need eyeshadow. It makes a difference on my face, and I absolutely love it. Um, this isn't necessarily how I start every time. I do start with a matte, and this is a little bit darker than I usually start out with. This is the Natasha Denona palette, and it is the peak. I don't usually use this palette very often. I have found that the Natasha Denonas are so they have dyes or something, and it irritates my skin if I use it a lot, even though they're absolutely beautiful. I usually don't have a hard time mixing my eyeshadow, but of course I am videoing myself for the first time, and that is going to make a difference in what I'm able to see. I do wear glasses. You won't see those in the next few videos because I am getting new ones right now. I am in the process of having those done at the optical shop, but I have to wait a short time but until they're ready. My son, I have a 5-year-old. He is a special needs child, and he actually broke my glasses to a certain extent, and they're lopsided. I'm going to go ahead and put on some lip gloss, and this did come, I believe, in one of the boxes. I am not sure which one at this point. This is Iconic London, and it is, I'm sorry, I can't see the color. It's upside down. In any case, I can't read it. Right, you know, tell the difference it makes in my face. So then I am going to move on to, um, let's see what I usually use. I like this little brush. I don't like to use it for everything, but it's a little morph and it has the little goat hairs, and I love it a lot. So I am going to, for this part, I'm going to do the lighter color, and then put just a little bit of the gold flecking. I can't see. I hope it looks good. I can see better in my bathroom. I might do one in my bathroom, but I don't have my setup in there to be able to do that. Then I'm going to take, I like these little flat brushes to do the edges. I like to edge it in a darker color. And kind of, I come down here on the edge and then just kind of pull it up a little bit. Try not to go too far out because I want to like really blend it and look like more of a highlight look than a pulled all the way over look. Let me see. And like I said, I cannot see very well, so I don't know how this is going to turn out. So I'll go over here and kind of use this blending brush, which is just a little, I don't even know. I think it's probably like an IT brush from Ulta. I think people call it cosmetics or something like that, but basically just hold it down. I know it's a mess, but I cannot see very well. But I do love my eyeshadows. I didn't bring it today, but what really, really helps often is like taking a little bit of concealer and dabbing it at the top. I am not going to stop the video to go do that, But they did show me that trick at our local Ulta store one day, and I appreciate that. I use it a lot most of the time, but I am not with my makeup. Then I'm using a little bit of the smoky brown Clinique. I can hear one of the dogs over in my son's toys, so that cannot be a good thing. He chews them up a good bit, and that is just not my thing. Hopefully, he won't get into anything until I finish this video. So with that, I'll just take the edges and kind of, you might be able to see him. His name is Baxter. He's part Min Pin and he's part Chihuahua. He is a precious dog, but he is, what you got, buddy? He gets into so much stuff and he still likes to chew and stuff, and that's it can ruin toys. Probably have my hair pulled back too much today, but it's pulled back with a purpose, and I love my top knot. I am so attached to it. I don't know what to do. But with that said, I don't know what my dog is getting into. That's okay. I love him anyway. You can tell the difference the makeup made. As far as my face, I don't have my concealer to put under my eyes or below my eyebrows, but that's normally what I would do. Uh, as far as my skincare and things like that, I do want to go over that another day. And I am looking forward to maybe looking into a book. And this is what I have that I purchased in. I don't know what, and I know there's a lot of stickers. I actually picked this up at like a thrift store. And it's called Girl Stop Apologizing. I am so worn out of hearing women apologize for things they shouldn't have to apologize for, myself included. I am not big into apologizing. I will apologize if I need to, but I stand on my own 2 feet. I believe in everything that comes out of my mouth because I really do take attempts to think things through. I work on personal growth. I'm sure that I'll grow a lot in this YouTube venture, along with all of you, and I'm excited about that. I'm excited about making new friends, moving forward into having richer, deeper discussions with um, women that, whether you're a stay-at-home mom, or work a job, or just kind of decompressing. I spent a lot of time when my son was little looking at YouTube videos during the day while he watched TV, because that's something I could do in a short period of time, pay attention to him, not get too engrossed in, but it kind of relaxed and calmed me. And I hope I can bring that to you. I promised yesterday I would talk about colors, and that's what will be coming up next after this Get Ready with Me video. Like I said, I take requests. I talk about a lot of things. This morning I watched a few uh, shows on Netflix. I haven't been able to watch TV a while because of my son. He's at school right now, so I was able to do that for a little while. And I watched a crime drama. I don't know if you like crime dramas, but it was so interesting. It was about a family in Utah where the father had um, killed the mother and then ultimately ended the lives of his two sons, but not at the same time. It was a horrid story, and I just think in about what those families must be going through. I know that we all live in different situations, and we think nothing could ever happen to us. But I wonder what was going through her mind, or if she had any idea that would happen to her. I can't remember the name of it right now. I believe it's something that started with an S. I'll look into that, maybe discuss that in more depth a little bit later. But for right now, I have got to go see what's going on with that puppy over there. He seems to be getting into some things, but isn't he absolutely adorable? Good talking with y'all again. I'll be back with color shortly.